You gotta refocus over and over again, just like a camera. Sometimes cameras get out of focus, and they have that automatic refocus. Sometimes you need to establish a built-in automatic refocus, because sometimes we lose track of what it is that we really desire, what we really want. And here's the real: it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be so worth it. Hey y'all, it's your little big sis CJ Renee, and we're back with another episode. Oh man, I'm so excited, y'all. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the views, all the likes, all the shares. I love you guys so much. And to my new followers, I see y'all subscribing. I see y'all. Thank you so much for subscribing and following this channel and allowing it to be a part of your growth. So today's episode, we're talking about, the topic is called Here's the Real. Here is the real, not REEL, like reel it in, but REAL, like real talk, right? So here we go. I feel like a lot of people misunderstand me when I say that this healing journey is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the weak. It's not. Let me tell you something right now. If you are on this healing journey, if you are partaking in the journey of going after, all the time lost, all the brokenness that you feel, and really trying to get back to who you are at your core, or even trying to understand who you are now with all the things that you've been through, that is the most, I don't even know how to put it in words. That is the most noble thing that you can possibly do for yourself. Not only for yourself, for your family members, for your friends, for the people in your community, because you have something that they are waiting on. You understand? It is not easy to go through this life and experience life problems and experience life traumas, and even more so experience life heartbreaks, and all the different things that may happen. It's not easy. There's people in this world who has never experienced the things that you've experienced. There's people in this world that are waiting for you because you experience the things that you've experienced. They need to know that they can make it too. They need to know that just because this happened to them does not mean that this is the end. It does not mean that they can no longer move forward in life, that they can't do more with themselves, right? So I want y'all to just know that to be a fact. Know that healing is not easily attainable. And alongside healing not being easily attainable, neither is nothing in your life that you want to go after. I'm talking about the car. I'm talking about the lifestyle. I'm talking about the job. I'm talking about the career. I'm talking about the companies. I'm talking about the business idea. I'm talking about the platform. I'm talking about content creation. I'm talking about whatever type of money mogul you want to become in life. It is not going to be easy. There's going to be days when you feel like giving up. Listen to me. Look at me. I'm telling you right now. Expect these days, expect these moments of weakness, because there's nothing in this world, just like the saying goes, that's worth fighting for, that is easy. Nothing. If you want it, you're going to have to work hard for it. Understand me. There's going to be days when you want to give up, especially on your healing journey. It takes so much inside of a person to look at what they've been through head on. That's why people get lost in their job. That's why people turn to drugs. That's why people turn to partying and spending money and all kind of other things, because looking their issues, their traumas, their hurt, their pain directly face to face, especially if you're the one who put yourself in these different situations, like I did, right? Because I could have easily left my ex-fiance. I could have easily left him. I could have easily walked out. But I stayed. And I allowed myself to be in an abusive relationship for years. Right? Not all of us have the same story. Maybe your story may be different. Maybe you had to deal with what you had to deal with because you were a kid. I don't know. But it's not easy to face those things, no matter what they are. Whether it's mommy daddy problems, whether it's brother sister issues, whether it's you, whether it's ex, a friendship. Maybe you were bullied. I know I was. Whatever the case may be, it's not easy to face those things head on. It's not easy to come to a resolve within yourself. For one, to say, okay, I'm ready to heal. That is the hardest thing to actually get yourself to say. And most people feel like healing just means stop thinking about it. That's how you get caught up in and sidetracked into things that you don't belong in. Facing it head on is the hardest thing to do. Just as going after that dream. I'm not going to sit here and fill your head with air. I don't do that. I don't expect nobody to do that to me. I don't expect myself to ever do that on this platform. This is the most raw, most authentic version y'all will ever see of me, because I don't talk like this in person. I mean, I talk, but I tend to let people out of my business. I don't tend to share too much, but y'all are my family, and I care about y'all. And I want y'all to know that going after your dreams is going to take hard work. It's going to take reminding yourself the people that are around you. It's going to take looking at your situation, your circumstances, and realizing that it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. To see that you can buy your kids whatever you need, whatever they want, be able to have those, those doctor's visits, and you can pay for it full in cash. You don't have to worry about insurance. To go to a vacation with your family, all expense paid in full, right? Christmas, amazing. If you wanted to get married, if you looking for marriage right now, and you single and you chasing your dream, imagine how beautiful that wedding's gonna be by the time you reach that goal. By the time you start breaking in real money. You gotta believe in who God created you to be, wholeheartedly. And as I've said before in past videos, writing it down is going to be your easiest thing to do. It's gonna be the thing that you can literally rely on. Because day in and day out, it's frustrating. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I get frustrated. I got frustrated on my healing process. I get frustrated in my thriving journey. It's all of it. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Okay? Because sometimes you feel like, what is the purpose of me even doing this? And then, oh yeah, I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for the people around me so they can know that they can heal. I'm doing this for the people around me so they can see that just because I went through this does not mean I cannot be this thriving woman, this thriving man for the men out there. It doesn't mean that I cannot make something of myself because I experienced these horrible traumatic experiences. That I too can go through something very traumatic in life and still make it out on the other end bigger and better than I ever was before. Because what happened to me is not who I am, it's my experience. Now take all the lessons you've learned through your healing journey, through your surviving even. Those things don't get lost. Don't lose the tricks of the trade. Just apply them differently. Right? Being resilient, being powerful, being mindful of your time, mindful of who you are, mindful of what you need, right? Being loving, okay? Being thoughtful of what it is that you have to do and those that are around you. Taking heed to your body, right? Because your body sometimes tells you to slow down. All right, now you can keep going. You got to refocus over and over again, just like a camera. Sometimes cameras get out of focus, and they have that automatic refocus. Sometimes you need to establish a built-in automatic refocus, because sometimes we lose track of what it is that we really desire or what we really want. But here's the real. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be so worth it. Y'all, it's your little big sis, CJ Renee, and this is 31 and Thriving. I love you guys. Bye. To ensure you don't miss an episode of 31 and Thriving, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to share. It's your little big sis, CJ Renee.